Mr. Srikanth wholeheartedly. Let us all unmute our speakers. Welcome him with a big round of applause, and then you switch on your video camera and mute yourselves. Then Mr. Srikanth will take it over from there. Thank you all.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Srikanth.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Welcome,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you very much. I thank Prasad Garu for giving me this opportunity to take a session with all the young people of Sri Vidya Niketan International School. So I am very happy to take session for young chaps like you. So this 1 hour presentation, what we will have, it will be in this manner. 30 minutes of class I will be taking care. Then we will have 20 minutes of meditation. And last 10 minutes, I will take the question and answer session on my presentation. So let me share you the screen. So today I will be talking on the topic called self-discipline. So self-discipline is very much required for everyone. Are you able to see the larger screen?
No, sir, it's loading soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are able to see, right? Okay. Okay. Very good. So whenever I ask something, you please unmute yourself and you can talk. Okay. So
Yes.
the first thing. Yeah. So the thing is like self-discipline. So what is it? So today we will try to explore about this topic. So this is my profile. I have done my MBA Finance and Marketing, and I did my master's degree in psychotherapy and counseling. And profession-wise, I am the GST consultant and also a counseling psychotherapist. I do a lot of personal counseling for a lot of individuals who are having stress-related issues or relationship issues or any issues. So I try to use the tool of meditation to resolve their issues. So I started my spirituality, or I can say the spiritual quest for me started in the year 2006. So these are the disclaimer, like this presentation is mainly for the information purpose and knowledge sharing purpose. And if you want to know more about, or you have to, yeah.
Mr. Srikanth.
So,
yes, you can
okay,
continue,
friends.
Mr. Srikanth.
Yeah. So, okay, friends. So, we have seen the last screen about me. So, this presentation, what we are viewing is it is for the information and information purpose. So, more about this subject, you can either go visit the websites, or you can visit. You can browse through various books regarding the depth of this subject. I'm just going through a few points here, right? So the first thing comes to our mind, like, who are we? The first answer is body, mind, and third thing is soul. So we are the combination or the culmination of all the three things called body, mind, and soul. So body, it is visible. Like I can see you, you can see me. We can see the body. But the mind and soul, we cannot see. But the soul, which is invisible to everyone, so it controls all the things in our body. So all the 7 chakras, what we say, or all the functioning of our body system, it may be heart, kidney, everything is controlled by soul. So soul has other things called the mind. So the bridge between the body and soul is mind. So in the coming stages also, we will see like how this functioning happens. So if you see this, all the horses, these are the sense objects, like the sense organs. These are considered as horses. So, and this the control. You can see this is the one he is controlling with this kind of a thread. You can say. So this is called the mind, and the person who is controlling all these senses is the intelligence, and the person who is inside, I mean, who is behind the chariot, he is the rider, all soul, or we call the Atman. So this entire what you call chariot is called the body. So it is designed like this. So we have the sense organs, we have eyes, we have ear, so we have tongue, so all these things. So what is controlled? We control with our intellect. Intellect plays a very, very vital role. So whatever we have to see or whatever we have to listen, so whatever we have to speak, everything depends on the intellect. So what kind of intellect you have? You have a good intellect or you have a bad intellect. If you are using your intellect for the good purpose, you will see the good things, you will hear the good things, you will speak the good things. Like Mahatma Gandhi has rightly said that see the good things, speak the good things, listen the good things. So you have to be in the what you call the circle of the people who speak good things, who see good things, who like to share good things with you. Okay, there is the same diagram. It is again given in this manner, like how this Atman, he is the Atman who is who is sitting in the back side of the chariot. He is the person, intellect, who is the driver. And this, see, you can mouth, this hand, nose, ear, eye, the brain. So all these things are controlled by intellect. So control this intellect is again driven by soul. So this is how our structure is designed. So mind comes in between the body and soul. So the next question will arise, like how to connect with the soul. So the way to connect with the soul is meditation. So we will come to that point in the coming slides. We will have a short session also of 20 minute session on meditation also. So this is the factory, like how it performs. So you can see from the nose, everything is going inside. And from the nose, it is going to the lungs, the air which is taken from the nose. The body is entirely working like a factory. And this is the heart. Now it is pumping the blood here. The heart is pumping. And now you can see the food is sent into our stomach. It is again passing through various small intestine and large intestine. So again, the segregation is happening. The sugar, the proteins, the fats, they are getting segregated here. And whatever waste is there, it is again sent to the excretory organ. So this is, body is just like working like a factory. So my dear friends, you have seen like our body is just like a factory. There are so many like cells. There are so many tissues. There are so many things inside our body which are working, functioning for us. And we have seen like there are so many like functionalities inside our body, the heart, the kidney. There are so many things which are like working for us. So what kind of food we are putting inside our stomach is very much important. So that kind of food we have to put inside our stomach, which is quickly digestible. Like our body is designed in such a manner that it can digest only herbivorous food. If you put like carnivorous food inside our body, it takes more time for digestion. The herbivorous food takes 8 to 10 hours for digestion, whereas the carnivorous takes 14 to 16 hours for digestion. So we are giving more work to our friends inside our body. So if teachers are giving you more and more homework, do you like it or you don't like it? You don't like it, right? So in the similar manner, so if we give, if you dump more and more food inside our body, what will happen? They also, our friends who are inside our body, they also does not like working for more and more time, right? So now, like we spoke about the body, we spoke about the mind, we also spoke about the soul. So, so what is the process to connect all the three things? So that process is meditation. Okay, friends. So now let us sit in meditation for next 15 minutes.
Okay, sir.
All of you, please close your eyes, cross your legs. So if you are seeing this video, you can see my hand like this. Clasp your hand like this. Clasp your hand like this. Fingers into fingers. Put it in your lap. Close your eyes. And if you are sitting in a chair, you can little bit relax also. No need to keep your spine erect, because this is a relaxing technique. So you have to relax yourself. If anybody is wearing spectacles, please remove your spectacles. Close your eyes, and I will be guiding for another 15 minutes. Let us sit in the meditation. Just observe your normal, natural, tender, soft breath. Forget about the past, forget about the future. Just be in the present. Just see like how you are inhaling, how you are exhaling from your nose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Do it naturally. No need to forcefully take and forcefully leave it. No need to do that. Just observe your breath. Naturally, do it in a natural way. How any kind of force to your breathing process. Just be with your breath. From the age of 5 to the age of 95 or 100 can do meditation. There is no age limit for doing meditation. Just you have to observe your in-breath, that is called inhaling, and you have to observe the out-breath, that is exhaling. Just by following this procedure, you can heal so many ailments. You can heal yourself. Any kind of problem, from a running nose to the cancer, you can heal through this meditation. So this meditation is so much powerful. You can share about this meditation with anybody. There is no copyright involved in this one. You can share with your friends. You can share with your neighbors. You can share with your family members, relatives, everyone. So how many minutes of meditation we have to do? That is the question, right? We have to do as per your age. Suppose you are 15 years old, you have to do it for 15 minutes. If you are 40 years old, that is 40 years old, you have to do for 40 minutes. If you are 50 years old, 50 minutes. 70 years old, 70 minutes. So the age you have, so that many minutes minimum of meditation you have to do. Last 3 minutes, my dear friends. Just be with your breath. So you can do meditation at any point of time. Let us say you're traveling in a bus, train, or flight. You don't have anything to do while you're traveling, then you can do meditation. You can sit on the chair, cross your legs, clasp your hands, hands into hands, close your eyes, and just be with your normal, natural, tender, soft breath. When you're traveling, you can do it. Whenever you find time, you can do meditation. The best thing I tell to students is, like, before doing your homework or before starting studying in the evening, I suggest you sit in meditation for at least 10 minutes and then you start your regular meditation. Now we will listen to the nice music. Last 1 minute. Just be with your breath. If you get thoughts, just observe your breath. By observation of your breath, your thoughts will stop. Last 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay. Place both of your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. Just place it there for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Then slowly remove your hands and slowly open your eyes. So let us give a big round of applause to our meditation. So it was a wonderful experience. Yeah, friends. Can you just unmute yourself one by one, and you can just share your experience, 2-3 experience. We will try to listen. Like, how did you feel in meditation?
Yes.
Yes, anybody?
Yes, it's like
So you have any doubts in meditation, you can ask now. Yeah, okay. So is this Neeral, right? Okay.
yes, sir. When we do meditation, sir, it's like
Yeah, very good.
getting relaxed from all the tension, sir. It's too relaxing.
Okay, very good. So will you practice it daily?
Yes, sir.
You have to practice. Yeah, you practice it daily and share with your friends, with your family members, relatives. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Neeral. Yes. Anybody else? How did you feel? So basically what happens in meditation is like we are gaining a lot of energy, right? Since we are like in the classroom, like we listen to so many lectures and so many subjects keep on going. So at one point of time, we feel that the energy is drained. So in the afternoon session, especially after the lunch, we feel like sleepy. So if you make the students, I am sharing with the teachers, those who are attending, you can make the students to sit in meditation for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can start teaching, so that the concentration levels will be very high for your students and they will be very much receptive. This is my small suggestion to all the teachers fraternity, those who are watching this session. And all the students, I suggest that when you are reading at your house, you just sit in meditation for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can start reading your respective subject or answering your homework or doing your homework like that. Right? Now, we'll move on to our next thing. So here, our main, we were talking about what is called the self-discipline. Now, from here, we will start what is self-discipline? So what is it basically? The ability to control one's feeling and overcome one's weakness is self-discipline. So you have to get up in the early morning at 5 o'clock and you have to read for your exam or you have to present something in next day's class. So you have to get up in that morning, you have to get up early in the morning, then you have to read, you have to prepare yourself. Then there is a self-discipline. Again, for reading the various subjects, you have to prepare a timetable, right? You have to prepare a timetable, like what subject you will read first, then what subject you will read next. So for 4 or 5 hours in the evening time, like how you segregate your time for doing your homework and all these things require self-discipline. So you have to come to the school on time, and you have to wear proper dress. It should be tidy. So now since the online sessions are going on, but after a few days or next month or the coming month, you will have to go to the school physically. So at that time, you have to maintain all these self-discipline aspects, right? So when you are sitting in a classroom, what are the things you have to do and don'ts? You have to listen, and when teacher is asking few questions, you have to answer. So all these things comes under what is called the self-discipline. And what are the major points or aspects in this self-discipline? One is time management, like how you are managing your time. The same thing, like when you complete your studies, when you complete your graduation, when you go to the real world, at that time you will have what is called the biometric system. Then we have to put your thumb there, and then you have to go into the office. So that is called the time management. Like you have to maintain time. You cannot say that I am held up in the traffic. No. I have some personal problems. No, you have to maintain time discipline. Like if you are going for your, let us say you are going with your parents to a movie. So it is in the night, let us say the timing is 9:30. And if you go at 10 o'clock or 10:45, will the theater people will allow you? They will not allow you. Similarly, like if you are going to a park, and if it is the timing is up to 7 in the evening, and if you go at 8 o'clock, what will happen? They will not allow you, right? Similarly, so time management is a very crucial aspect in our lives, my dear friends. So, and second comes the planning. So if you have to get up early morning and you have to go to school, then what is the planning required? You have to get up, then you have to see that whether all you have kept all your books for that day, and you have kept your books as per the timetable given. So all these things you have to match. In few schools I have seen, like there is a change of dress colors also. One day they have to wear a white dress for doing yoga or this thing, and other days they have the other uniform. So these all things comes under planning. And if you're wearing shoes, then you have to see whether it is properly polished or not. The socks, whether you have changed your socks or not. Are you wearing the new ones which are not sticky? So all these things you have to plan before going, right? So all these, the time management you have to take care. Then you have to take care of your planning, like how you are doing it, right? Daily routine. So what is the daily routine? Like how you have to do your daily things. And when you have to get up the next day early, then you have to sleep early the day before. In the night, at least by 9 or maximum by 10, at least you should go to bed, so that you can get up early at 5 o'clock next day. And you have to complete your food maximum by 8:30, so that you can give half an hour time for your food to digest before you go to bed at 9:30 maximum. So this kind of daily routine you have to plan. You have to prepare a timetable kind of thing. Like for first half an hour in the evening after coming from the school, I will read this subject, and after that I will read for another half an hour. I will do this maths, or I will after that I will study science or whatever subjects you have. You have to categorize. You have to prepare a timetable, and you have to go as per it. Then organizing oneself. So all these things you have to do. But before that, what you have to do, you have to organize oneself. Like how you are organizing yourself. Are you Are you organizing yourself for time management? Are you organizing yourself for planning the things of the day? And are you organizing yourself for daily routine? So all these things come, and all these things, who will tell you? Nobody will tell you. Just teachers will guide you, parents will guide you. A friend like me will tell you like you have to do. But ultimately, who had to do? You are the only persons who have to perform these duties properly. So if you have time management, if you have planning properly, if you maintain the daily routine, so everything will be falling in line. But if you don't follow all these things, there will be haphazard situations. So if you are not planned properly, that day you are supposed to take the maths books, but you did not carry the maths books, and you were just like that. So there will be bad results. So that is the reason the time management, or maybe the planning, the daily routine, then how you are organizing yourself, these are very much required for your as the aspects of self-discipline. So what are the influencing factors affecting you? The family values and economic status affects you. What kind of family values you have? Like the few families have the culture of going to family parties in the night. So if you go with them, again you have to get up in the early morning. It is not possible. So you have to plan accordingly. Again, the habits. Again, if you have the good habits, bad habits. Again, good bad habits in the sense like if you eat a lot of junk food, then you will have a problem with your stomach. Right? You are eating pizza, burger, and all these things will damage your stomach. You will have the acidity problem. You have constipation problem. And yes, and habits, the good habits comes like you have to do yoga, you have to do meditation. So all these things will make you stress-free, because the parents tell you so many things to follow, or teachers tell you so many things. So ultimately, you have to be stress-free to execute all these things. And the kind of religion you belong to, the area, the town, the village person, who is born and brought up in the village, they have separate kind of what you call the thinking pattern. The person who is in the what you call the city, he has a different thinking pattern. Again, the country you belong to. If you are in India, your way, your approach is different. But if you are brought up in a foreign country like America or UAE or other countries, like there, the influencing factors are different. So everywhere, anywhere, these are all factors which impact you. But ultimately, you have to plan yourself, you have to organize yourself, and you have to execute your daily task. That is more important, because today you are learning, but tomorrow you will be in a very prestigious position. Maybe after 15 years down the line or 20 years down the line, you may become a very good engineer, doctor, or a corporator, or anything you can become, right? So everywhere the discipline is needed. So is discipline needed? Yes, discipline is needed. What will happen when the discipline is, we learn organizing. Okay, we know how to organize the things. We will come to know how to plan the things. And there are many other aspects. When we keep on doing these things, the end result will be very good. And there is a very nice Sanskrit sloka talking about the Vidyarthi, the student. Sukharthi va tejet vidya. Vidyarthi va tejet sukham. Sukharthino kuto vidya. Kuto vidyarthinaha sukham. So here in this sloka, this Sanskrit sloka, it is very nicely described about a student, like how a student should be. Sukharthi, who is Sukharthi? Who is very much prone to taking rest, who is not into planning the things, who is utterly unorganized. So he is a Sukharthi. So he do not have a right to become a Vidyarthi. But how is Vidyarthi? Vidyarthi, a student, is a very planned person. He or she has the planning. he or she is very much organized. So that is what it is told in sloka, that Sukhartiva Tyajet Vidya. So anybody who is not Vidyarthi, he is a Sukharthi. So Sukharthi should leave the aspect of studying. Sukhartiva Tyajet Vidya, Vidyarthiva Tyajet Sukham. So the student has to struggle. Struggle in the sense like he has to work hard, he or she has to work hard. So you have to compromise some sleeping portion, sleeping time. You cannot say that I will sleep for 12 hours. No, not possible. Certain times you have to take out, so that you have to get up early to do yogasana or meditation for half an hour. Then you have to sit in you have to study in the early morning for the next day's preparation. Like sometimes teacher says that you have to do this homework. So if you are not done in the evening, you have to do in the morning, so that you can present it. Or she tells to what do you call, you tell the poems or anything in case of English, you have to by heart those things. So all these things there. So Sukhartiva Tyajet Vidya, Vidyarthiva Tyajet Sukham, Sukharthino Kuto Vidya. So for Sukharthi, how can you expect that he can become a scholar? Not possible. He will not pass anything because he is not organized. He is not into planning. So that is the reason, my friends, you have to be very much organized. When you are organized, yes, the parents will be happy, the students will be, your fellow friends will be happy. So everybody will be happy. So is discipline needed? Some people say that no, because it is mechanical. No, anything which you like to do, when you love to do, then it will not be a mechanical thing. So whatever you are doing, create some interest for your own self. When you study, that thing will be very nice. You tell yourself that once I complete this homework, after this I will do drawing. Have interest in drawing. Or if you have the interest in musical playing musical instruments, you play that one. And after you tell yourself that once I complete this what you call the homework or the study time is over, then I will go out and play. Or you just go out and play and again come back and study. You manage that thing. That entire thing depends on planning, how you are planning. Once you are coming from the school, you just spend 1 hour time in playing with your friends. Then again come back and do your homework or plan accordingly. So like this, whatever you are doing, you do it with lot of interest. If you don't do it with interest, so you will not like it. So like the work, whatever you are doing, right? So discipline is being able to force yourself to do something in spite of how you feel over and over until you become a habit. So if you are getting up early in the morning at 5 o'clock, if you do it for, let us say, for 1 week or 2 weeks, what happens? Then it becomes a habit for you. Then nobody, you don't need anybody to come and wake you up. You will automatically get up at 5 o'clock. So that becomes a habit. Whatever you do regularly, it becomes a habit. So self-discipline begins with the mastery of your own thoughts. What kind of thinking patterns you have? Are you thinking positively, or do you have negative thoughts? If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. So whatever you are doing, what kind of thoughts you have. If you have fear towards exam, you cannot write exam properly. So if you have a proper planning towards your exam, you know that after 10 days or 15 days you have the exam, then you have to plan accordingly. You have to cover the entire subject so that you can give the exam. And instead of rushing on the last day, if you are planning for the entire year, so the exam will be very, very good. You will write in a very, very proper manner. So that is the reason, my friends. So we have to plan a lot. So self-discipline is mastery of your thoughts. So you have control. You should have control over your thoughts. So that was about the planning, like how you organize these things. So now you all like stories, right? You like the stories? Yes, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Right. Yeah, very good. So now I will share you a small story, right? A story about the anger management. So there was long ago. We'll start the story now by telling there is a long ago. There used to be an old man. So there was an old man. So he was on the deathbed. He was having four sons. The three sons, they just went to other town and they settled there. But this old man was left with this younger son. Okay. So, and this young man was about to die. Now, this old man has to tell something to this young boy, because there is a lot of future for this young boy, right? So this old man decided, okay, he called his son, please come here. I am about to die. Okay, again, you have to take care of yourself. So I will share you one major point which you have to apply in your daily life. So what was that point? So he told, my son, if you get angry on anybody, okay, what we'll do, if you get angry on anybody, don't vent your anger immediately. Do it after 24 hours. That is what he has told. This old man has told this young boy. So what happens? Suppose if you are getting anger on your fellow friend sitting beside you. So what you will tell yourself? I am getting angry on this boy or this girl, but I will not show this anger now. I will show this anger after 24 hours. Let the 24 hours pass, then I will show my anger on her or him. Like that, you have to postpone your anger. So after half an hour, after 1 hour, you will not be angry anymore. That is the logic. So that is what this old man has told this young man, this young son, that if you postpone your anger for 24 hours, then there will not be any angry situation. Don't immediately react. If mother is telling you something to do homework or something, so don't vent the anger immediately. You tell yourself, I will reply to mom after 24 hours. So after 24 hours, there will not be any angry situation, right? The emotions will just go away. It's just flick of a second that you will get anger, and the next moment after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, okay, the angry emotion will just go away, right? So let us all follow this old man's advice in our life. And if you feel any anger towards anybody, so let us postpone it for 24 hours. Okay. Now, so postpone your anger for 24 hours. So whenever you are angry on anybody, you tell yourself, I will not show my anger emotion now on him or her. I will show my anger emotion after 24 hours. So I will postpone it. I will not show the angry emotion now. So this is how you have to deal with your anger, right? Now you have a very cute young girl before you. Let us see what she is doing now. Okay, see this video. So friends, so you have seen this video? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So how did you like it? It was good?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Very nice, sir.
Yeah. So what you have seen, what this young girl was doing? She was doing? She was protecting the tortoise. You have seen that one? She was protecting that tortoise
Yes,
from
sir.
these crows. The crows were trying to take and eat away the tortoise. She was protecting that tortoise. So like the similar manner, we have to protect all the animals which are in and around us. Okay, there are so many dogs. If required, you have to give some food to them. Okay, there are so many birds. So we have to sometime, if possible, we have to feed them. Right? You have to love the animal beings which are nearby you. Right? There are so many monkeys sometimes. Somewhere, if you go to some places, you will even find monkeys. There's so many like animals, birds around in and around you. So we have to try to feed them, and we have to try to love them. That is the message from this young girl, right? So when we start loving the nature beings, the nature beings will love us. So we have dogs, pets, and this thing. We have to take care of them properly. Okay, this universe is not only for the human kingdom, it is also for the plant kingdom, it is also for the animal kingdom, it is also for the bird kingdom, it is also of aquatic kingdom. So all these are just like our brothers and sisters and friends. So we should not kill and eat them. So they are friends to us, right? So we have to love all the nature beings. So all these things are nature beings, are part of nature, right? Now we'll go to the examination tips. Like most of the people, most of the young friends like you might be having some fear towards the exam. So out of my experience, I will just like to share few examination tips, right? Now, we will try to wind up this session in another 5 to 10 minutes, okay? We are running, I think we are running out of time, right? Okay. So in the last thing is, like most of the students, what they do, well, when you are going for the examination hall, they have the habit of studying till the last moment, till the last bell is rang. So they keep on studying the subject. So if you study in the last moment, it only creates the chaotic situation in your mind. It creates this stress in your mind. So we just spoke about the planning, right? So plan in such a manner so that you did not have to study till the last moment of the exam. You try to cover the subject in such a manner, and you come to exam without any burden. If you carry some burden or stress or anything, you will not be able to write the exam in a proper manner. So the first point we have learned is don't study till the last moment of writing exam. So exam is yet to commence in under 5 minutes. So till the last moment also, most of the students, like they keep on studying. So the last moment, if you study, it will not go inside your mind. Okay, it will just create lot of stress within you, right? Okay. Then next thing is, before writing the exam, close your eyes, let your thoughts settle down. So when you are entering into an exam hall, it is always better that you enter 10 minutes before. So they will give a grace time to settle down, right? At that time, if everybody is settling down, then you close your eyes and you try to gather your thoughts about the subject, what you are writing. Okay. And gather all the positive thoughts about the exam, because you have studied for that exam from the entire year. You have spent a lot of time for that exam. So gather all your thoughts, right? Then you close your eyes and gather your thoughts, settle down. When you close your eyes, what happened? Ready for the exam. Then you slowly open your eyes. The examination paper will be served to you. Then you can start writing it down. So what we do, while attempting the exam, then what is the tip you have to follow? So when you see the question paper, there are a few questions you are very much confident, right? You are very much confident to write. So start attempting from the question which you are confident. Let us say there are 10 questions. The first and second question is very tough for you. You are not able to understand. So the third question is a very easy question. So instead of attempting first and second question, you start attempting with the third question. You start writing the third question. Fourth, fifth, you know, till 3 to 5, you know very easily. After fifth, the 3 hours of time is there. So first try to complete in 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Try to complete. Try to attempt those questions which you know thoroughly. Then you start attempting the little bit tough ones, so that you will get a handsome of good marks. So that is the way you have to do, right? And try to write whatever you have learned. So most of the students, they try to look into others' papers here and there. So instead of that, you try to gather the thoughts about this subject, like what you have learned in your school, and you try to recollect what your teachers taught you in the school during the classes time, and what you have studied. You try to gather and try to write it down. Instead of seeing to others' papers, there is no point, because if the invigilator sees you, again there will be a problem for you, right? You try to gather your thoughts and you write down, because all these things happen because you have planned properly. You have a timetable of studying timetable, and you have everything you have planned accordingly, and you get up early morning and you read. You are very much well organized. So at the time of examination also, you have to be well organized, because I have seen, like, most of the students, they study very hard really, but when they come to exam, the mind becomes blank. Why? What happens? Because there is a lot of stress within them. So I suggest them that you close your eyes and just take a inhale and exhale for just 2-3 times. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply, and just open your eyes and just try to write it down, and you will gather it. And this kind of experience happened with me when I was writing the board exam. I studied very much. I was very good at that subject, but when I saw that paper in the board exam in the 10th class, so my mind was completely empty. I was not knowing. I was in a doubt whether I will pass the exam or not. So what I did is I closed my eyes and tried to gather the thoughts about the subject. That whatever preparation I have made a lot of preparation for that subject. So I gathered the thoughts and I opened my eyes and started writing with the question which I am very much confident. And that is the reason I passed it with the flying colors. Okay, after the exam, most of the don't try to discuss with your classmates, friends regarding the exam. So whatever exam you have written is written. You cannot do anything right now, right? Again, you have to prepare for the next day's exam, or next coming 2 days, you have another paper to attend. So that is reason what you do, you should not discuss with your classmate regarding what you have done now, right? Okay. So that is the thing you have to do. So, okay. So don't try to what you called discuss with your students or with friends regarding the exam, because you have to prepare for the other subject also. Okay. So we'll come to the summary of my presentation. So in the beginning, we have seen what are we when we say we are body, mind, and soul. So we have learnt about meditation. We did meditation for about 15 minutes. So meditation means observation of our own breath. Okay. Then we learned about self-discipline. We have to control our all negative feelings, emotions, and we have to overcome them. Then again, we have learned about the self-discipline means time management, planning, daily routine, organizing oneself. So this is how we have to organize ourselves. Then we saw the video of, we saw the story of the old man who said to postpone your anger for 24 hours. So whenever you are having the angry emotion, you postpone it for 24 hours. Then we saw the video of the young girl. She is trying to protect the tortoise, right? So it is like that. So with this, I come to the end of my session. So
it was very nice, sir.
thank you very much. And if you have
especially the video which you showed us, sir, that was very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Srikanth. Teachers?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you all. And I want all of you to collect some feedback from your students tomorrow.
Yes.
So we can share it with Mr. Srikanth. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I hope
Yes,
all
sir.
of you have enjoyed the session. And you might have taken some takeaways from the session. I say all the best to every one of you. And let us see that some more programs from Srikanth we are taking for our children in coming days. Mr. Srikanth, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prasad Garu, for giving me this opportunity. And I also thank all the students for attending this session. I also thank all the technical support given by Srujan and all the persons who are associated with this one. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll, if possible, we'll try to meet in the near future. Right? Okay.
So
bye.
I can conclude the meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, children. Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.